This person loves you, and this connection was never meant to exist. Before continuing, take a deep breath, because what you are about to hear may not be easily understood by the world. Yet your inner self already recognizes its truth. You did not come across this message by chance. You were guided here because something within you has felt heavy for a long time, something you have carried silently, unable to express, something you have faced alone. There is a bond in your life that does not align with external logic. It does not follow expectations. It does not fit into planned paths. It was never supposed to form, yet it did. No matter how much you try to dismiss it, no matter how often you tell yourself to stop feeling this way, the feeling remains. It does not fade. It deepens. It interrupts your sleep and stays with you throughout the day. Welcome to Soul Signal. Subscribe and activate notifications so you do not miss moments when the universe has something meaningful to share. What you are feeling is not wrong. It is important that you understand this first. What you feel is not wrong. Others may judge it. People around you may fail to understand it. You may have tried repeatedly to reason yourself out of it. But emotions this deep do not appear without cause. Feelings this powerful are not errors. They are not confusion, and they are not weakness. What you are experiencing is a signal. It is your inner awareness recognizing something your thoughts cannot logically define. The reason this feeling remains is because it was never meant to disappear. This connection between you and this person did not begin here. It did not start at the moment you met. It began long before, on a level beyond what can be seen but has always been felt. Some connections are created by choice. Others are formed by something far greater, a deeper agreement made before either of you understood what it would require. This is one of those connections. That is why it feels unlike anything you have experienced before. That is why no one else compares. That is why stepping away can feel like leaving a piece of yourself behind. You are not simply walking away from another person. You are walking away from the deepest part of yourself. Perhaps they are older, or perhaps younger. Maybe they are already connected to someone else. Perhaps your families would never understand. Maybe you come from completely different worlds. Perhaps the distance between you has no easy solution. Maybe the timing was never right. Society might judge you if they knew the truth. Perhaps it is a love that has no name yet, but it exists, and you feel it in every fiber of your being. What you feel is not wrong. Regardless of how this forbidden love manifests in your life, the underlying feeling remains the same. It is real, it is deep, and it is not born out of loneliness or boredom. You did not choose this. You did not plan it. You did not ask for something so complex, yet it arrived, and it is real. Something greater than both of you does not place such a powerful feeling in your heart without purpose. If this message already resonates with you, type, "I feel this," in the comments. If you are carrying a love you cannot openly express, let the universe know you are listening. This person feels it too. You need to know that you have spent countless nights wondering if you are the only one who feels this way, wondering if they think of you at all, wondering if all you felt between you was simply your imagination playing tricks on a lonely heart. It was never your imagination. No matter what they show on the outside, whatever mask they wear during the day, whatever distance they maintain underneath it all, they feel exactly what you feel. They did not plan this either. They did not anticipate feeling this way about you. They resisted it. They told themselves it was nothing. They told themselves it would fade over time. They tried to confine you to a small, safe corner in their mind, a box they could shut and ignore. But you never fit in that box. You never did. Every time they think they've closed it, your face appears again. Your voice echoes again. The way you make them feel returns, and the box breaks open once more. They are not at ease. They have not moved on. Their feelings haven't disappeared. They are simply afraid of what this love truly means, of what it might cost, of what others might think, and of the changes they would have to face if they admitted the truth. So they remain silent. They keep a distance. They pretend everything is fine. But fine is the biggest lie they tell themselves every day. Still, the truth leaks out in small, uncontrollable moments. They look at you when no one else is watching. They say your name differently than anyone else's. They linger a little too close, then step back so no one notices. They laugh at something you said and quickly look away because their eyes reveal too much. They remember the smallest details about you that others wouldn't: how you hold a cup, how you tilt your head when thinking, how your voice sounds when tired. These are not things someone remembers about someone they don't care for. These are the details a heart collects when it loves someone it is not supposed to. They carry these pieces of you like a secret treasure, things unseen, things unknown, a private collection of moments that belong only to them and to you. When the world grows quiet at night and no one is watching, they take out these pieces and hold them close. For a few minutes, they stop pretending. For a few minutes, they allow themselves to feel what they truly feel. And what they feel is you. What they feel is a love so deep it frightens them. What they feel is not wrong, even if every rule suggests it is. Carl Jung once said that what we fight against only grows stronger. That is exactly what is happening inside this person right now. Every day, they try to push you out of their thoughts. Yet each day, your presence grows stronger within them. Every time they tell themselves to let go, the feeling intensifies. Every time they choose silence, their heart cries out a little more. They cannot win this struggle because they are not battling you. They are struggling against their own spirit. And no one can win a fight against themselves. The bond between you is not something that can simply be turned off. It is not a switch, nor just a choice. It is an energetic connection linking your hearts across any distance. You feel it when they unexpectedly cross your mind during the day. You feel it when a sudden sadness arrives that does not belong to your own life. You feel it when you wake up at 30 a.m. with a heavy chest and no clear reason why. That heaviness is not yours. It belongs to them. It is the weight of their longing traveling through the invisible thread between your souls. This is emotional telepathy. This is two hearts communicating without words. This is the soul agreement doing what it was always meant to do, keeping you connected. Even when the world seems to pull you apart, type the first letter of their name in the comments. Only you will know who this is about. Only you recognize the face that came to mind the moment you began paying attention. That letter is your secret, and the universe sees it. You have been carrying this alone for too long. The weight of loving someone you are not supposed to love. The weight of pretending you do not feel what you feel. The weight of smiling while your heart is breaking. The weight of answering, "I am fine," when nothing about this feels fine. You have been stronger than anyone realizes. Because the hardest kind of strength is the one nobody sees, the kind where you keep everything inside because there is no one safe enough to share it with. You could not tell your friends. You could not tell your family. You could not post it, cry openly, or ask for advice. Because the moment you speak it aloud, the world might judge you. The world may tell you it's wrong. The world might try to correct you, warn you, or convince you against something that lives deeper than words can reach, so you stayed quiet and carried it alone. But what you feel is not wrong. Your heart is not broken. Your heart is courageous, courageous enough to feel something that does not ask for permission, courageous enough to love beyond the boundaries others set. Place your hand over your heart now. Feel it beating. That heartbeat is not confused. It knows exactly who it loves. You have been holding tension in ways you no longer notice. Let it go just for this moment. You are safe here. No one is observing, no one is judging. This is just you and your truth. Something inside you has shifted recently. You are no longer the same person you were when this connection began. In the beginning, you were uncertain. You were scared. You questioned yourself daily. You wondered if something was wrong with you for feeling this way. You wondered if you were a bad person. You wondered if the universe was testing you by placing someone so right in circumstances so wrong. But you no longer question it. Something changed quietly, the way real change always does. You stopped apologizing for what you feel. You stopped pretending it was nothing. You stopped trying to act normal about something that was never going to be normal. And you began to accept the truth. This feeling is part of you. It is not going away. Carrying it does not make you wrong. What you feel is not wrong. Carrying it makes you honest. It makes you human. It makes you brave enough to experience what most people spend their lives avoiding. You are no longer ashamed of this love. You do not announce it to the world, but inside yourself, you have stopped treating it like a condition that needs fixing. That quiet acceptance has changed your energy in ways you cannot see, but this person can feel it. They sense it. They sense that you are different now. They feel that desperation is gone. They feel that you are no longer chasing what cannot be held. They feel that you have found a peace that does not rely on them choosing you. And that terrifies them because when you were uncertain, they felt safe. When you were chasing, they felt wanted. When you were hurting, they knew you were still there. But your peace carries a different meaning. It means you have the ability to step away, not because your love has faded, but because you have begun to love yourself. Your calm unsettles them more than your tears ever did. Your quiet unsettles them more than your words ever could. This calm is not the calm of surrender. It is the calm of someone who finally recognizes their own value. Your energy has shifted, and they sense it even from afar. The frequency you now emit is entirely different from the one you carried when you were still seeking validation. And they are unsure how to respond. They perceive a door closing, not loudly, not in anger, not with a farewell, but with a subtle click, a quiet signal that something significant has concluded, and they are on the other side of it. What you feel is not wrong, and choosing yourself is not betrayal, it is survival. You did not make this choice consciously, your soul did, long before your birth. Before you learned the ways of this world, before anyone taught you what love should look like, your soul made an agreement. A soul contract with this person, not a contract to suffer, not one to wait indefinitely, but a contract to meet, recognize each other, impact each other, and grow. That growth does not always appear as we expect. Sometimes it takes the form of distance. Sometimes it appears as silence. Sometimes it places two souls who belong together on opposite sides of a wall neither built. But the growth is real, happening both within you and them. Right now, somewhere this person may be lying awake thinking of you. For a brief moment, they are unafraid. For a moment, they are simply honest. That moment is the soul contract at work. The force that connected you is precise and intentional. The universe placed this person in your path with purpose and made this love challenging, not to punish, but to transform. Easy love teaches comfort. Forbidden love teaches self-awareness. It reveals the depth of your heart, the courage within you, and the difference between the life the world expects and the life your soul requires. You owe no one an explanation for what you feel. You do not need to share your truth until you are ready. You are not required to justify this connection to anyone who has never experienced something so profound. Their judgment comes from a place untouched by a love that defies boundaries. They don't understand it, and they don't need to. This is a connection between your soul and the universe, and the universe holds no judgment against you. If the world has told you that this love shouldn't exist, let that message be your quiet rebellion. This person is navigating their own inner storm. You may not see it, and they may not reveal it, but within them the same love that lives in you is causing turmoil. There are nights they lie awake, staring at the ceiling, questioning how they found themselves here, loving someone they weren't supposed to, feeling emotions they weren't meant to feel, desiring what they shouldn't want. Their days are spent behind a mask that grows heavier with each passing week. They smile at the right moments, speak the expected words, and play the role assigned to them. Yet beneath that facade, a silent scream echoes, one that calls your name. Late at night, they may open your profile, gaze at your photo, then close it before anyone notices. They type your name in a message, pause, and delete it. Not because they don't want to connect, but because reaching out would mean admitting their feelings, and they are not yet ready for the consequences. They compare everyone to you, often without realizing it. Every time someone falls short of what you give, the gap feels like a sharp pain. No one listens the way you listen. No one sees them as you do. No one quiets the noise in their mind the way your presence does. They are aware of this every day, and that awareness is both beautiful and painful. It makes pretending impossible. The mask no longer fits as it once did. Somewhere deep within, the truth is winning. The universe has been sending signs. Perhaps you've noticed them. Perhaps you've tried to ignore them. But they persist. You see the number 122 repeatedly on clocks, receipts, license plates, or screens at just the right moment. 222 is not a coincidence. It is a message from something greater, symbolizing balance, duality, and two souls reflecting one another. This is a sign that this connection is part of a divine plan, not a punishment, not a test. You are not failing, this is intentional. The divine placed this love in both of your hearts because it serves a purpose far greater than what either of you can currently see. You dream about this person, not every night, but when it happens, the dream lingers throughout your day. It feels more real than your waking life. You wake briefly thinking they were there, and when you reach for them, the empty space beside you says what words cannot. You come across songs carrying the exact message you need to hear, not because you searched for them, but because the universe placed them on your path. You feel a warmth in your chest that has no logical explanation. That warmth is not random, it is their energy reaching out to yours across the distance. In a quiet moment, a wave of warmth washes over you, and without needing proof, you know they are thinking of you right now. These are not coincidences. In a story written by something greater than us, there are no coincidences. These are signals. Divine timing is at work, not according to your schedule, nor theirs, but according to a timing that sees beyond what either of you can currently understand. Yet, while the universe unfolds, remember this: you do not owe them your waiting. You do not owe them your patience or the peace you've worked so hard to cultivate. Their love is real, but it does not dictate your timeline. Their struggles do not determine your next step. You can love someone deeply and still prioritize yourself. You can hold someone in your heart while moving forward. You can wish them well while keeping your door closed until they are ready to knock with courage. This is not cold. It is not harsh. It is completeness. You are not here to rescue someone from their own fear. You are not here to linger in darkness until they find the bravery to love you openly. You are here to live, to grow, and to become everything your soul was meant to be. If this person is truly meant to be part of your divine path, then honoring yourself will never push them away. Genuine love is not threatened by your peace, it is drawn to it. You have already given more than many could, loved more deeply than they were prepared to receive, and carried the weight of two hearts when they could barely handle their own. None of that was wrong. And now, putting yourself first is also not wrong. At this very moment, they sense the shift. They may appear busy on the outside, but their thoughts are elsewhere, focused on you. They are recalling moments that may have seemed ordinary to others, but were everything to them. They feel fear because they see the version of you who would wait forever, transforming into the version of you who fully recognizes your own worth. Your feelings are valid. Your desires are valid. The dreams that stir quietly within your heart are valid. Society may draw lines, set rules, and dictate how love should appear, who should love whom, and under what conditions. But the soul does not follow these rules. The soul recognizes truth. When your soul met theirs, something timeless awakened, something that does not care about age, distance, timing, status, or the limits the world places on love. The soul knows only truth. Your connection is unbreakable by any rule. Jung said the heaviest burden a person carries is the life they never lived. Don't let this be yours. Don't let society's rules trap you away from your truth. This doesn't mean you need to act immediately or force anything open. It means you must stop punishing yourself for feeling what you feel. That burden was never yours to bear. You did nothing wrong by loving someone, even if the world says you shouldn't. Love is never a crime. Fear is, and you are not the one living in fear. If you believe this connection was placed in your life for a reason beyond what the world can see, type soul contract in the comments. Something inside this person is shifting right now. The wall between who they show publicly and who they are when thinking of you is growing thinner with each passing day. They used to be able to keep two sides, separate the daytime self that follows rules and the private self that loves quietly. But now, the line between them is fading. Your name appears in their thoughts during meetings. Your face comes to mind when they try to focus. A memory of something you said makes them smile, and then they catch themselves looking around to see if anyone noticed. They are running out of places to hide, out of excuses, and out of energy to keep pretending that their feelings aren't real. Soon, the pretending will end. Not because someone forces them, but because maintaining two lives becomes heavier than the risk of living honestly. One day, they may choose truth over fear. One day, they may stop worrying about what others think. One day, they may look at you and finally speak the words they've held inside for so long. One day, they may reach for your hand and not let go. One day, they may send the message they've written and deleted countless times. One day they may show up at your door with nothing but honesty. One day, they may finally stop running from the person who makes them feel whole. That day could be closer than you think, or it might already be on its way. Even if it never comes, you have already received a gift, the gift of knowing how deeply you can feel, the gift of realizing your heart can experience a love most people never know, the gift of having the courage to feel something real in a world that often rewards numbness. This is not a curse, it is a blessing, and it is yours, no matter what happens next. Move forward, not away from this love, but toward yourself, toward the life your soul is meant to live, toward a peace no one can take from you. What belongs to you does not require the world's approval. What is meant for your soul cannot be blocked by rules, distance, timing, or fear. If this connection is part of your path, it will find its way not through chasing, not through waiting, but through you becoming whole enough that the universe has no choice but to align what matches your energy. You are not broken because you love someone the world does not approve of. You are whole because you dared to feel. You are not lost because this love lacks a clear path. You are found because this love revealed who you truly are. You were never wrong. What you feel is not wrong, and the universe knows it. Trust the timing of your life. Type signal received in the comments if this speaks to you. You don't need to shout. Simply acknowledge that your spirit hears the universe's message. Thank you for staying with me. If this message touched you, share it with someone carrying a similar secret love, not because I asked, but because you understand the weight of it. Maybe tonight, someone needs to know their feelings are not wrong. Like this video so it reaches the person who needs it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so the next message finds you at the right time. You are seen, you are valued, you are loved, and your feelings are the most honest part of you. Move forward. What is coming will not ask you to hide. What is coming will not ask you to feel shame. What is coming will meet you with the same courage you have carried all along. You were not wrong. You were never wrong. And the universe knows it.